Am I saying now?
Wait, don't start yet. Actually, start.
Doesn't matter, I'll do the clap thing.
Or just like,
Or you plug in there. We could just imagine that. Well, potentially.
like makes it like
You ready for the loudest clap I've
thing that I ever
ever
wrote. This could be the best story that was never told. Okay, so let's go. 3, 2, 1.
That was 2 claps, we're supposed to have 1.
Right,
Okay,
cool.
listen to the second clap.
Should we do it again? Let's just do it again so it makes it easier.
Okay.
Loud. Go quite close to the phone. Wait, let me just make sure that I...
Oh my word.
You sure, yeah?
As long as mine is blinking, it's fine.
Okay, so let's get it.
Watch out.
3, 2,
Just 1.
1.
Just clap. Just one of you clap.
Guys.
You don't need all of us to clap.
Okay.
Just
3,
one.
2, 1.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
You got it.
So I guess we're live.
Well, it's not really like.
Anyways, yeah, I'll just do a quick Sunderland AfterDark, episode 2,
The podcast.
the podcast to know. We got a returning guest, Yusuf. We don't know about you already. I'm just gonna let you introduce yourself.
Yeah, so I'm Cameron.
Hi, Cameron.
What's
I'm from
your
Sunderland?
What's your Instagram? Since you've
Oh,
been
yeah.
asking all the.
Yeah. Instagram, C_Nicola_. I don't know.
Why you came up with that name?
I don't even know why I came with that.
Actually, but you watched the first podcast me and Yusuf did.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
I thought it was class, to be fair. Like, I mean, you were kind of funny in it, to be fair. He's never normally that funny around us. But he was pretty funny.
What can I say? Yusuf brings out the best.
So you're like doing it for the camera, is what you're
Did you
saying.
watch the whole thing?
I watched, yeah.
Wow.
thing?
Yeah,
that
all
doesn't
of it,
sound
I
like- that
watched
doesn't
all
sound
of
like
I
you
swear
watched
that
the
was
Right.
one of our mates. He was like, I can't be bothered to watch it. You know, like he
Oh,
came to the show.
Bro, that's how they
I can
are,
diss
you
him right now because I know for a fact he's not gonna watch it as well.
But see, that's so, okay. I know this is going straight in, yeah, but that's what I learned about like just like doing stuff. Like you have your mates and everything, but you have to understand like your mates might check it out.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're right, yeah.
So it's like I find it always funny when like totally random people. There was even this guy at the event tonight and he was like, you know when he was like, oh, I am Yusuf, because he was confusing both of us.
Yes.
Never seen this guy from anywhere.
Really?
Yeah. Knowing from nowhere. And he was like, oh, I am Yusuf, or is he I am Yusuf?
Did it feel weird someone knowing you like as in not from just being a friend but like from social media purely?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you would
that's-
call that sort of a fan but someone who recognizes you on
So he said I got fans, bro.
yeah man.
We lit.
Yeah.
I'm your fan, you know.
That's why I'm here, because I'm
Yeah.
a fan.
But yeah, we'll just start from Sunderland after that, and then we can talk more about like different things and like what Sunderland and just anything you guys want to talk about really. So you were at the event tonight. We had another host of amazing performers come on. I'll start from you because you've come to 2 now, so this was your first
This
one,
was the
right?
first one, yeah.
So what do you think about the event tonight?
I thought it was absolutely banging, to be fair. It wasn't what I expected, to be honest. I thought it was going to be more like...
Awkward.
No, well, a little bit. Yeah. I thought it was going to be a bit more awkward, but it wasn't. It was just like the best environment ever. It was absolutely banging. Like I loved it. And I was seeing Yusuf every month. I'm going to come to every one.
Yeah?
Yeah. Legit.
See,
It was amazing.
I feel like, what do you think about the variations in performance? You got
That's what, mate. Do you know what this though, right? Do you know the well, you know I'm not that much of a big fan of like spoken word.
No,
But
yeah.
the spoken word was the thing what I really liked the most out of all of it. Especially what was that called at the final one?
Dante.
Dante, the one about mental health is in that as well.
I like that name.
That was amazing.
Dante is a nice name.
Yeah, I feel like he even looks like a spoken word guy. Like he has that like vibe about him. And he was at the first one we did, and he actually won.
The
you
first
won
one,
it?
I wasn't. I
You
was.
went on the first,
I
you
was
came
on
to
the
the
second
second,
one.
yeah.
I was about to say because you said when you were talking and you said, "Oh, he won the first one." And I was like, I don't remember him winning, but yeah.
Oh yeah. So which of the acts stood out to you though?
Obviously yourself.
I was gonna say, I was like, oh, this guy just mentioned.
Yeah.
But I performed as well. I think I need new material. Honestly,
No.
honestly.
It was good. It was good.
You probably because you were the first person that. went
Yeah.
on.
See, that's one thing. I was speaking to like people about. It's like I feel like I don't promote myself as much at the
You
after
don't,
that
right.
because I feel like I spend all this time organizing stuff
and
getting people
focusing
on.
on the people performing.
Yeah, for other people to perform. What?
Right, I'm sorry, right, but we said this earlier on, didn't we? We said that so we were sitting in the house earlier on, right, and I said to him, and he basically said the same thing back as well, and we both were bounced off each other. And basically, it's like, do you know if you watch like a fight?
Yeah.
If you watch a fight, you know, you've got the undercards.
Yeah.
If you go to a live performance, you know, you've got the main show that's last, haven't you?
Yeah.
And then before, you know, you'll have like David Guetta, and after that, Rihanna will come out or someone like that, right?
So that people.
So what we were basically saying was, what you should do is be first, but then be last as well. I think.
So
Because do you know how you got the range of emotions as well?
Yeah.
You've got the different acts and you've got the different emotions and all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Like obviously, I think yours sets it off.
Yeah.
Everyone gets pumped off the first one, but then the last one, it sorts everyone out for the rest of the day and it recognises
And it's the
yourself
last
as
And
well,
it
if you know
sticks,
what I mean.
and it sticks
Sticks,
as well. So
exactly.
I thought about it as well, like, but it's a bit of balancing, like, what kind of person do I want to be? Like, and I think we could go about into this as well, especially with like business and art.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it's one thing to be like an artist. You have to understand like the business of it as well, and
Exactly.
all the
Yes,
things that go
you're
behind
right,
it. So I'm at the point where I'm trying to figure in my head like I wouldn't say focus because I love both aspects of things, but it's like you can't necessarily be good. Like Jay-Z, once he started going into business, he didn't focus that much on music anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know if you saw any of that in tonight. It's like
So you're saying performers or artists have people that sort out the business side of things for them.
yeah, for them.
They
So
focus on
like
performing.
so like for me, I feel like if I
You have
just
to do
focus on performing tonight, like I've been to shows where I go perform and people are like, "Oh, that was really really good," but it's like I'm just going as a performer,
Yes.
so I could put my best into performing.
But you were hosting the event.
Hosting and performing.
So
It
you don't
doesn't.
get to do
It's like an out of body thing. It doesn't necessarily feel like I wish I could come to a Sunderland AfterDark. You know, like
Yes.
do you know what I mean? I haven't experienced a Sunderland
It's
AfterDark.
like you're a boxer. You always get to do the boxing fight, but you wanna
You never
witness
get
one of your
watched.
friends.
Yeah,
you never get to.
Yeah, you want to watch, or it's like I wish I could just come to it for the first, like doing
Right.
something for the first time.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I feel
Yeah.
like that's a very.
Well, you can always go to other events and see what it's like. Maybe.
Have you been to any like musical
That
events?
was the
in
first one I've ever been to. That was the first one I've ever been to, right? But do you know what I was just thinking there as well, though? So Jay-Z, what he does is, obviously he's head of, what's the place called?
Rock Nation.
Rock Nation.
Rock Nation, yeah.
He provides all these young artists with the opportunities, and then they also give him opportunities as well. So all the people that you're helping out, one day,
They'll be like, well, he made
Bro,
it.
I'm
It's like Dr. Dre.
Yeah, I'm doing a feature with the Abbey girl already. I've booked her up.
And that,
Oh,
tonight was the
yeah,
first,
she was
was,
like-
it-
She was.
She's really good. Like her energy as well.
was it tonight the first time you met her as well? Is that right?
Yeah.
Right, right there, you can.
On Instagram, that's how we meet people these days.
Yeah,
Also.
yeah, yeah.
I know. Honestly, Instagram is the best thing.
It's like, hey, how you doing? Blah blah blah. But I can't remember. I just messaged her, like, do you want to perform? And she was like, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you get more interaction on your Instagram page or your Facebook page?
Bro, Facebook. I probably shouldn't say it, but I feel like Facebook is like a different audience, bro. Like,
It's for my mom and dad, really.
I didn't want to say it. I didn't want to say it. Like the people that like our Facebook page, I'm like,
I know.
like.
Oh, really?
No, not being like. Obviously, I wouldn't. I
Well,
like
don't
to
share
do
this
it.
video on Facebook.
No, I do. But I'm just saying it's like a different crowd. Do you know what I mean? So it's
Yes,
like-
yes.
But it's like you have to be on as many markets as possible.
Yeah, of course, of course.
Do you know
You
what I
have
mean?
to.
Well, we're not on Twitter.
Yeah,
So I'm not a huge fan of Twitter personally.
don't as well.
like, as a
That'd be a
person.
good thing and a bad thing, like, can't it?
So are you on Twitter?
I'm not on Twitter at all.
I never had it Twitter.
Not at all.
But
Actually,
people.
Bad Twitter, I think.
I feel like we've spoken actually. Ray, I feel like we've spoken about a lot about me now. So I think this is what I do. Like I always feel like. Yeah, I feel like I always like. So wait, we know about you already
Yeah.
from Iraq and everything. I feel like you haven't really emphasized you, Cameron.
I don't even know what I do.
You don't know what you do.
Nah, not
See, we're
really.
all figuring it out, bro.
Yeah, nah, not a clue.
You do have something, man.
No,
So what
I-
did you do yesterday? Let's start from that.
I read-
Fortnite.
I read a new book yesterday.
Actually, new beginnings.
Yeah.
So let's. So what did you think about the new beginnings theme and everything?
Well, what you brought up earlier on,
Yeah, you know,
Like
like
the
whole
theme of the night.
was new
Yeah.
beginnings.
I thought, I don't know how to talk about it, to be honest. So no, I thought, yeah, it's a good theme and everything, like, yeah, new beginnings and everything, yeah. But I said it when I said to you earlier on, I was like, so you know how what was one of the questions that you asked Anas and
Was it like?
Was it
Do you think
Sarah's?
tomorrow's gonna be a new
Yeah.
day?
Do you think tomorrow's a new day?
and then
They
sorry.
said yes.
Yeah, they both said yeah. I would have said no. I would have said no.
That's what you wanted.
I was looking for someone to say no, but I just like
He was literally itching to say.
Yeah,
I
I was
was
like, please.
begging.
You should have just said, "Hey!"
I know the answer. Miss.
Yeah.
But yeah, I try to talk about how like tomorrow is actually to some extent predetermined.
Yeah.
You know, like you do believe like everything is brand new and stuff. But you're going to work tomorrow, aren't you?
No, I'm off, man. I've got an assignment in that.
You just ruined my whole point.
Oh yeah, yeah. So it's not a new day for me.
It is though.
it's still in the same routine.
In the same routine, like you,
So I
like
don't
you
class
tend to
it.
drive the same way home.
That's it. Yeah.
You tend to like speak to the same people. When else did you go to, like, and do you know we've really identified at this point? Yeah, if I go to a random person in the room and I say hello, they'll be like, who the hell?
Go what?
Who is this weirdo, bro? Like they always say try something new, right?
Yeah.
But if I go on the metro, right, and start talking to people, they'll be like, who the hell?
I know exactly. I can imagine, but like they do it on like YouTube. They see a lot of people like approaching strangers and saying something funny or picking up girls or whatever. But I can imagine doing it in real life. I can't. Like I don't know.
So
how
you
they
say
do
you
it.
don't have game?
Yeah, maybe.
No, he does. He does have game on a night out.
You said so. Whose game is better, you or Cameron?
Nah, you definitely.
It depends.
What do you mean? It depends on what.
It depends what we're after.
Well, you can't just
Nothing.
concede like that. Like, you can't
Depends what we're after.
I don't.
Cameron's
I
too
don't.
picky, I
I don't.
think.
Yeah, nah.
Cameron's too picky. He analyse everything and he'll.
Yeah, no.
Okay, so are you more of an Instagram guy or like a real life?
No, we both I think real life.
Yeah. But no, I don't go
Both.
chasing after girls or anything like that.
Like.
Well, you gave up on chasing after girls.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I guess.
Wait. Are you about to tell us a story here or is it?
No, I can't tell any story.
Why you can't just?
Why
give
did
up?
you come on the
No,
podcast?
because it's just I don't know. No,
What happened, bro?
no,
This is a
nothing.
safe space.
Oh man, it's bad
It's
times.
safe.
Gosh.
Bro, you don't have to. I feel like I'm out here.
No.
You don't have to mention
So
names.
no, basically, I'll tell you quickly. Right. So what it is, I was going out with this girl who was from her dad was from here, but her mum was from the Philippines. So she was like, she was mixed.
Wait.
She was mixed race.
That's another topic I really need to speak about.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
continue. Right.
So anyway, she was mixed race and that,
Yeah.
and we were going out for about 2 years or something, 2.5 years, and then she ended up like, she came here for college and everything.
Yeah.
But then after that, college ended, and she was only here for another like 3 months.
Yeah.
And then she had to go back to see her mum. So obviously I took her to the airport, gave her a case, I says, yeah, I'll see her in like 6 months time, 9 months time or something like that. So she went away, her brother ended up having like something from memory's heart, I don't know, I can't remember what it was, had to get a heart transplant. But in the Philippines, obviously it's not like what it's like over here where you get free like NHS and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's really expensive. So I was there, I was helping her dad send money over, I was like giving her advice and things.
Yeah.
And we got the point where she was like, oh, I can't come back, I have to look after my family. Because in Filipino culture, family comes first over everything.
Yeah.
So she had to stay there, look after her 3 brothers and her mum. And she just says one day, I can't come back. So it's like, well, shit.
Yeah,
So it's like, yeah, when you're...
But that's not a breakup though. I feel like that's not even...
That's the problem because you have to
that's
leave
it.
her without being mad at her.
Yeah, you can't even be angry at that.
which is
You can't-
worse.
You can't. But then it's like, so basically what it is, what she said she was going to do was, she was like, right, I'm just going to cut it all off. She was like, do you know when, I don't know, do you stalk some of your exes? Some of your before?
Nah, bro.
No, never.
Nah,
Right? Have
bro.
you stalked some of your
Yes,
exes?
of course.
Right, so what it is, when you still stalk your exes, I feel as if, you've still got a bitter feeling for them, hence why you're stalking them, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes you care about them or something like that.
Yeah.
But with her, we didn't break up on bad terms.
That's what I'm saying. I think that's even a lot harder.
I think
when
it is
you don't
because you're not
hate
mad
that
at her.
Yeah.
That is it. So she ended up actually blocking us to stop looking at my account.
She did that.
Yeah,
She
yeah,
told-
yeah.
How do you know she?
I've got this app on my phone that...
Bro, I went in.
I've got this app on my phone that tells us who's blocked us. So,
I recommend it actually.
so yeah,
Are you
nah,
serious?
yeah, I'm pretty sure. But then...
That's funny.
I was in the FBI just saying.
Well, no, I was blocked.
She doesn't follow me.
So yeah, no, it was more like, it's like in her world, she's doing whatever she wants, but I don't know what she's doing. Therefore, she's kind of like dead in mine, you know what I mean? I don't know where she's at, who she is, who she's with.
But man, I wasn't
It's
expecting.
bad,
Like,
yeah,
it's
it's
just got me
bad
thinking
times,
about
though.
a bunch of things. It's like
Yeah.
I don't know how to put like like we're here talking right doing this podcast right, but it's like in a month's time. Like she's in Philippines. Like that was someone you used to like sit down and talk to.
Yeah.
Now she's in a whole different space.
You
a
never
whole
know. I might
different
get
world.
deported tomorrow, and I'll be in Iraq and be like, I was just doing a podcast with you.
Like literally, you were doing a podcast and do you know what I mean? I just feel like how the, and it's like, like we like okay. This is another thing. I don't know if you've experienced it, like reconnecting with someone like you haven't spoken to a while.
Yeah.
I feel like it isn't the same.
No.
It's weird, isn't it?
Like we always think it's going to be this. Like if you end up like meeting this girl again, would you just pick up from when
It
you
might be
ended?
different.
No.
I feel like we change. People change.
Yeah, I've got an example. I
Yeah.
used to have like a childhood friend, and because of this situation, we had to leave. He went living in different countries, and I did. Then we started like talking to each other, and like because we're friends.
Yeah.
But because of what he went through and I went through, and who I hung out with and who he spent his time with, we were different people.
Yeah.
Even though we were the same
Yeah.
when we were kids, but we couldn't have the same friendship, and I was like, fam, you're just boring.
No, but it's such a weird thing because this is someone you knew so much. Like,
Exactly,
you were so
like
close to.
yeah.
Like, and that's my biggest fear. Like, cause obviously, like, I'm originally from Nigeria, right? And a lot of my, like, I would say, like, the people that made, like, sort of made me who I am are the people that sort of grew up with. But I'm afraid to message them because I feel like they're not afraid per se, but like, I feel like it feels forced.
Because it's like a duty, you have to.
No, it's that we don't talk, but I feel like I want to think if we talk, it would be the same. But I don't want to ruin it. You know when you ruin it, you try to reconnect.
Yeah.
And then both of you know this is awkward now. Like, or like you're on the FaceTime and like, so
because you don't share the same lives, there's nothing going on.
Yeah, you've gone apart for so long. Like you could, like, I give them the occasional like fire emoji.
Yeah.
I swear that I have people from back home does that.
Yeah,
So
like, hey,
that's it. Yeah.
But I feel like if we actually sit down, like there's a few people, like I'm not gonna like my brother, my sister.
Yeah, the family, of
yeah,
course, with
we'll
this.
speak for
Yeah,
hours.
of course.
Yeah.
A few of my friends as well will still speak for hours, like. But a few people like I wish I was closer to that I just.
You can't just force it. To be fair, though, you can't.
Nah.
Yeah.
Do you not worry about what they think about you as well though? Because they haven't came out to speak to you and then you go and speak to them. I don't know, like it's like a bit awkward. I feel like. At the start.
Yeah, it's always like who reaches out. No, I don't feel like who reaches out first. I feel like it's like who stops texting first.
Right.
It's like when someone sends you IG, I see you, bro. I'm like, I see you, my guy. It's like, yo, I see you. I see you, though.
You gonna stop?
Do you see me now?
Peekaboo.
It's one of those things. Like you didn't go to uni, did you?
Nah.
No, but you went to uni. So I feel
I'm
like
still going.
you're still at uni, and I just graduated uni as well. I think that's a whole different thing. I feel like we have like totally different experiences of like this like age period. Like, cause you don't like live at uni. So do you feel like uni is like your friend group at uni is like some other people?
Yeah. I don't think you're the friends.
but that's something. But you like the whole thing about friendship is like you have all these life experiences. You go through life experiencing stuff, and you expect these people to go along with you.
Yeah.
But you realize that it's like, bro, you know what, like.
See, before I went to uni, I was expecting something out of like movies.
You're gonna cut him off, aren't you?
Huh?
That was a joke, by the way. Don't worry.
Oh, I'm gonna cut him off.
Maybe the audience gets it.
I still get that.
I'm right here. Just leave us.
No, I said before uni, I was expecting.
I thought you were gonna go to uni,
like,
become a
to
whole
go-
new person, and forget your old one.
No, I wasn't gonna say that.
For a sire?
No, that's not what it is. So,
Wait, so what was your expectation going into uni?
like, do you know when you watch like an American college uni movie?
Around,
Where it's like
frat
accommodation.
parties,
Yeah, because I
beer
stayed at home,
pong.
I kept the same shit with friends. Sorry.
Kieran,
I love you.
Scott.
It didn't change, and I couldn't make friends at uni as well. But even though like I made friends at work,
Yeah.
you know,
You're quite popular at work, to be honest.
Do you think?
I think you're quite.
Yes, come on.
Oh, that hurts.
But yeah, so like, well, was it a bit like disappointing?
I think
for you
it's
not-
my
not
group
getting,
in class. Like I couldn't force myself to be the friend. I just couldn't. It's not the same. We're not on the same level.
But I'll be honest with you as well. But I sort of speak
Yeah.
to you briefly because I went to uni as well. And I had the same experience. Like I wanted to go in, meet people, vibe, and
Yeah.
I did. To be honest, for the first year, amazing. Went out with like every night. But I feel like it's the same thing when you realize that you're not gonna be friends with everybody.
No, you're right. Yeah.
Like you could have fun and joke and laughing, but I feel like only certain people do share this life experience thing with you. And then I think through uni you realize that like, but I don't know, like it's weird, like because you didn't go to uni, so what was your experience in that, like, you know, like 20s or 18 to 20 period where you're supposed to
the
like
student period.
student period where you're supposed to be like out every night, drinking,
You still did it.
sleeping. You still, but what was that like? Because you didn't, so you were just working, weren't you?
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it in that, but it's like you become mates with people who share like similar values, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So like the people who I'm mates with now, I know that I can go and speak to them for about anything, and I know that they can come and speak to me about anything as well.
Do you?
Yeah, but yeah. Well, no, I'm not a young person, but you know what I mean. But
Yeah.
like, no, mates come to me, and I know that I can sometimes go to them anyway.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I don't know. In college, it was a little bit different because it was more like, yeah, you have to study and everything like that, but you have to make mates as well. In the way, I don't want to sound selfish or anything like that, which I probably will come off as selfish. But I think you should make like some connections at work as well, or uni as well. You know what I mean? Otherwise, you're just not gonna get anywhere.
Oh, you mean like not just stick to the same group of friends?
But
Yeah,
is it
you
an effort thing? Do you actively try to do it, or do you just wait for the right people to come along?
Yeah.
I think it happens naturally. If you have to put effort,
Yeah.
I think it's not work. Like that shouldn't be the case. It should just happen.
Because I'm the same as well. I don't want to say it to the podcast, but I'm gonna say it now. At work, like there's certain people I speak to, right? Like if you come in, I'm like, oh, sit beside me.
Yeah, we're cool. Yeah.
If Shaz comes in, sit beside me, we're cool. I feel like like Luke as well, like very good, like, hey Yusuf, how you doing and stuff like that. But I feel like sometimes I don't engage.
Right.
Like I'm not like when you have like a group lunch, I prefer to sit down, man.
Yeah. I know what you mean. I know. I do
You
the
used to be
same
a
thing.
TSB, man.
I was at TSB. I used to sit in the car and read or some shit, or eat potatoes or something in the car.
Potatoes.
I could go chill with you guys. It's not like I like a lot of the people I could talk to. I'm not like beefing anybody. But for some weird reason, I prefer to just put my headphones in and have my lunch.
I guess because our job as well, especially because you're already talking to people, you're tired of that, so you want to take a break from socializing.
That's true.
Let's say you have a programming job or like an office job where you don't talk, you're on your computer. On your break, you have energy to actually talk. Does that make sense?
That's true.
Yeah.
So I think you just spend.
I think it's just an antisocial thing for me. Like I feel like I'm not like I feel like you're pretty good. Like you come in and you ask questions. You're like, hey, how's your day? How's your weekend? I'm like, you're right, man.
I don't know. I guess because I don't socialize enough in university, I just do it at work.
Yeah.
How are you with people? Because I mean, I've seen that. I've seen like say like I can't name any singers or anything like that, but you get a few performers who are more like anti-social, but then once they go onto the mic and start singing or something like that, they become more free. Is that similar to yourself or not?
I feel like I could express myself a bit more when I'm on the mic.
When you're on the mic, right? Okay.
But I feel like the thing about me, and that's one thing I've realized, is I'm really good with like first impressions. Like I think I've mastered the act of a first impression.
That's what you need, though. That's what you need.
So when I'm on the mic, it feels like a first impression.
Right.
So I could put the best version of me. Like when I speak to people as well, I am pretty good at talking to people and stuff like that. But like it's sort of like a different sort of thing. It's like when you're on the stage, you're like, boom, let's get it,
That's it. It's different. I like what you did as well. Sometimes like they can be, I can see like I can sort of read how you can avoid awkward moments like while being on the mic and stuff. So like if something happens, you just improvise and make it feel more natural.
Yeah.
Nothing like staged. You just feel like you're just talking to one of your friends.
That is true.
Yeah.
So like if someone messes up or anything like that, you still give them support and you made it like it's okay. Look, we're all human.
The guy that was struggling earlier on today,
yeah,
you jumped straight in after and you helped him out.
And you just
and
you took the awkwardness away straight away. It
and
just
I think, sorry,
and everyone
go on. I'm sorry.
and everyone like felt the same energy as you.
Yeah.
So they
I didn't
they
do
took
that.
the awkwardness.
But that guy as well, he would have felt. Can I swear?
Yeah.
You can swear.
You can, bro. Wait, yes.
We're not getting money off YouTube, are you mad?
Swear, bro. Go with it. Run with it, bro.
So he would have felt like shit, right? No, that guy would have felt like shit after because he didn't, you know. I thought it was good if he went back and he finished half of. Well, everyone knows who I'm talking about. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's feedback. See, as an artist, it's feedback, bro. Like if he becomes the next Eminem,
yeah.
he would appreciate you, like saying like this is what made him what he really like. Do you know what I mean? So you have to go through it.
Yeah. But I feel as if with him, when he was struggling, you jumped in and you were like, "It's cool, man."
Yeah.
But then he would have felt a bit more like he would have been like, "Oh, you know,
So
I'm never doing this again." Yeah. But what you said to him after, and obviously everyone else started clapping as well. Because you clapped first, everyone else joined in. I feel as if even though he'll go home that night and be like, you know, I had a pretty shit performance. He's not going to be like, I'm not doing this ever again. It's not my type of thing.
Because you made him feel comfortable. Like it's okay to do that.
He's going to try again.
Yeah, he did actually message me. It was like he wants to come on again.
Which is
a good mentality to have. Like,
so if something happens, so let's say if you're a different host, and you couldn't respond that well to his like
Yeah.
fail, it wouldn't make him do it again. But because you made him feel comfortable,
Yeah.
like he wouldn't mind doing it again.
That's pretty good though. That's pretty good. I feel like some of these things I do without even knowing. Like
It's just come, yeah.
I feel like it's coming naturally. But I feel like we've come full circle. We started from Sunderland After Dark. We went all over the place, and then we came right back to Sunderland After Dark,
Sunderland After Dark.
which is quite good. So for you guys, like as audience members at Sunderland After Dark, like what would you like to see? Like I know you already have the experience, but is there anything more you would like to see? Like different art forms.
I guess.
What do you envision? Like you'd be like, it would be nice to.
No, because the way it's set out anyway is to be like to have different people every time. There's no repetitiveness there. Is that the right word?
But I perform all the time.
Huh? No, that's fine. That's you, fam. You're there. It's your show, of course. But I think having different people every time, as in at least two different,
yeah.
and you can't have the usuals. I think that already adds like authenticity to it.
Yeah.
Because people can do different things.
Yeah. How about you? What do you think about? Because it's your first one, so what would you like?
I mean, I think with the set and everything, it was all chill anyway. But you did mention that you were going to have like lights and dances and things next time.
Yeah,
so you're already like innovating a bit there as well, I think. But I don't know, just more of yourself, to be honest with me. I mean, you're the ones doing it. You should put yourself more.
So
on
that's.
things.
So I should just get straight in.
More,
Yeah,
more of yourself. It doesn't hurt.
Yeah, like still give opportunities to everyone else, but like be more yourself.
Oh, we got like our producer in the background there. So if you see me looking over there as our producer, just big up yourself.
Big up producer.
So am I a good producer? Good. Alright, say less. Alright, so I know we've talked about a lot now, and I think we're nearing about the 30-minute mark now.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to like hammer down on like just like general life things at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So we both work in the same place.
Yes.
You used to work in the exact same place,
Yeah.
and I think you're in the same situation I'm in, and I'll tell you exactly why. But bro, you quit your job, and you're jobless. I just want to say it as it is, bro. You're unemployed, bro.
Yeah,
but there's different type of unemployments.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yours is different.
Yeah.
And I want you to talk a bit more about that.
So I mean, I saved up about like $5,000.
Man mentioned where we were, bro.
Oh, but yeah, can you bleep that out? Can you bleep that out? Where's the
bro, we're not slandering the company.
Okay, fine.
You know,
fuck them, like, no.
What?
That's his auntie.
Whoa, slow down.
Do you know Michelle?
Hey, no name.
Bleep this out, man. Shit.
I'm gonna leave this bit.
Oh my god. No one cares, man.
She might get your table.
No rules. She might buy a hoodie.
You know what I mean?
Plug the hoodie. That's a good way to do it. But yeah, go on.
So I saved up like $5,000 or something like that. And I was like, right, I'm going to go out there, I'm going to start my own business. I finished the business plan, and then I didn't realise it would take so much longer. So I applied for a mentor with the Princess Trust. It took like 3-4 months to get that. Yeah. And obviously I got my car and everything to pay for, and $5,000 it goes so fast. So I was like, right, car payments. And then, food, drinks.
Session.
Literally just stupid shit, right? And even though I was managing my money like all right,
I
got to the point where my mentor came along and was like, yeah, look, I'm your mentor, I'm going to help you out. Had a few phone calls. And then went over the 12-month forecast. Done some. He pointed out some bits that seemed incorrect and some things that I need to add in and some things I need to take out. And just turned out I didn't have the money, so I was like, shit. So anyway, they were like, right, what we're going to do?
Website.
So wait, and all of this point, when all of this was going on, you were unemployed. I just want people to know that. So you had no income coming in.
Yeah.
And then you thought this was going to take like a month, but it's taking way longer than you expected.
To be fair, respect for him, he survived for so long without any income. I don't know.
Was there any pressure to ask for your job back?
For me, yeah.
Nah, I wouldn't want to taste me. Not gonna lie.
No slander.
I had like 2 people killed.
Yeah, slow down. So you quit your job. You're unemployed at this point.
Yeah.
It's taking a lot longer than you're expecting.
Yeah.
So how do you keep your mind going? Because it's a very difficult thing to do at that point.
That's the thing. When you're stuck in the house and you're not doing anything, you end up getting into like this snowball where you're like, oh, I'm just not going to do anything. But with me, what I do is I read on the daily. I read every morning, I read every night and during the day. And then obviously that feeds knowledge into you.
Yeah.
So I do that, I keep myself busy. I keep myself busy with my mates all the time. I still speak to my mentor as well, occasionally. And he'll say, look, while we're waiting, what you can do is you can read this book, you can read Marketing Warfare, and then it still puts us towards
That's what I feel like with your job, you spend like, 6-8 hours on, like, I don't want to say, but doing this thing that you're not really interested in. Like, even if it's to read a book in that time, even if it's an hour, that knowledge you get.
Oh, yeah,
that
of
book
course,
stays with you for,
definitely,
yeah.
So rather than if you even read a book a week, that knowledge is way more. But I feel like even with Sunderland AfterDark thing, I know we were probably going out into it. Like what I'm doing now, it's more like we're not making any money from it. No profit. A lot of the organization and calling and texting and all these stuff is stuff we're just doing. But it's like all these lessons stay with you.
Yeah. Exactly.
So it's like when you're at work and you're doing the job you don't like, for example,
yeah,
you feed in your pocket, right?
Yeah.
But when he's reading, for example, or you're doing something that you actually like, and it's feeding your brain, instead.
And it's so for you now. Do you feel like, what would you advise people like? Okay, people like me even because we were, and I'm thinking about quitting, bro. But I don't think I got like the same, because I'm just like yo, like sometimes I walk in and I'm like today's the day. Like, I speak to big up scheduling, right? I speak to scheduling. I'm like, can I get this day off? They're like, no. I'm like, bro, the hell. Like,
why am I working on your time? Yeah.
Like, I can't get this day off. Imagine my wife was having a baby, bro.
I know. Exactly.
Imagine my wife was having a baby. You're gonna tell me that I can't get this day off.
Yeah, exactly.
They're like, no, you can't get this day off. I'm like, I can't do this anymore. Then I'm back.
I get these thoughts. Sometimes I'm like, I sit there and I'm like doing my job and I'm like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
I'm like, fam, like, you know.
I'm not sure I understand.
Oh my God.
She's like, I'm working
That's what I understand.
She's like, I'm working all the time.
I know. Listening to your shit, you fucking.
So yeah, we'll probably need to round up now. I feel like this is like literally so much insight and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, so in total, should we just bring it back to Sunderland AfterDark?
One more time.
What?
Just one more time. So the next one is in February.
Yes.
February, and I hope to see both of you there.
Make sure I'm off, yeah? Well, one of those subjects.
On the same, should we just do like, just quit our jobs, bro? I can't do it on my own.
Fam, I've got a car to pay for, you know?
No, don't do that.
But that's how they get you.
But it's a car.
Yeah, but you get a sick ride. You got a sick ride, bro. You get a sick ride. I still don't feel like it's your car, by the way.
It's my car.
Like when I'm in there, I'm like, it's pretty. But you got a sick car. You get like a mortgage. Like I pay rent in this place, right? I'm like, bro, like if I quit my job, I'm gonna be hungry, bro. Sometimes you gotta think about. Have you ever been hungry and be like, wait, imagine I didn't have food right now.
It is the feeling as well. It is the achievement when you get paid or like you have money and then you treat yourself. That's sometimes worth working.
So having a job is not necessarily a bad thing, but I feel like the
pros
other
and cons really.
Definitely pros and cons.
So would you recommend your lifestyle right now?
No, I wouldn't. No. So no, I'll be totally honest, right? So with myself, I wanted to start my own business, right? And I thought I could start it right then and there, at least that month, if not the month after.
Yeah.
That's what I thought, and it never worked out like that. So I should have took his advice and stayed out until I got some money coming in or something like that. That's what I should have really done.
Oh, it's the first time you did it, man.
On the podcast as well. So would you then advise me right now that's running Sunderland AfterDark? Because like this hoodies, plug it again, cost money to make.
Yeah.
I think you should make profit, man. Give yourself some credit, sorry.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. It's just that's perhaps something. But like all these things cost money to do, and I feel like I want to quit my job and go into like things full time. But my job's currently what's funding these things.
Yeah, no,
exactly.
keep your job.
That's so true. Yeah.
I would say keep your job. It's always flexible as well.
Yeah.
With your shift, and you always mentioned that. That's why you're not programming.
True.
Because it's a 9-to-5 job. That you don't have a 9-to-5.
Man, I feel like we could talk about this forever. Bro.
I know, it's cool.
It's so
well. That's why we're doing this weekly, man.
Yeah, weekly.
If you want.
Should we do it?
Was it last week we did the last one?
I think it was, you know.
It's been a week.
It's a weekly podcast, bro.
It was
Daily.
last Wednesday, exactly. Daily. It was last Wednesday.
It was last Wednesday we did it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there you go.
Oh yeah, you guys go watch that one as well, bro. Like
first one. What the hell? 50 views. It's not even 50.
Alright, come on, man. Like, do you want to like?
He made it like a custom thumbnail.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
You saw the custom thumbnail.
I
Right?
know.
Iraq,
Like
Syria,
I can say
yeah,
it like.
That was good. Man.
But yeah, so yeah, I think we're just gonna round up. I don't know how. Should we have like a segment? How do we round up? What's your idea? How should we round up the podcast?
My name's Yusuf. You've been watching.
Your name's not Yusuf, bro.
My name is Yusuf. You've been watching. I don't know what's the channel.
Fake taxi.
Okay. So we need to end. Should we just like turn up the camera?
My Instagram is YOUSIFTHAMER. Watch my highlights, they're funny. Cheers.
Okay, that's a good way to end the podcast. Plug yourself.
Yeah.
Anyway, my Instagram as well. Actually, should have, okay, yeah, because there's Sunderland
You can have on the
AfterDark.
screen, but
So there's ads.
can you edit this, please?
Yeah, see, that's so cringe. I'm not gonna. I assume everybody. It's gonna be right here. Link in the bio, right here, right here. No,
So you're not gonna do this.
no, we're not gonna do
So I
that.
just held my hand.
There's no reason. I'm gonna edit some like emoji there or something. I don't know.
Okay.
Slap the camera, make it spin around a couple of times.
Oh, that's a good one.
No, that's it, man. You can just end it right now.
And then when it spins,
I'm just gonna turn off the camera, guys. So no.
Yeah, that's it.
Alright, cool.
Do you
Thanks
know-
for watching. I just said thanks for watching. That is so cringe as
No,
well.
it's fine, man.
Don't say out, just leave it.
No, thanks for watching. Such
We used to. Yeah, thanks, bye.
Bye.
Cheers, mate.
Bye. Yes, bye.